how's it going? My name's Jim, and my channel is EnkiMarNu, and in case you've been watching it, you know that among other things I do collecting, and I went to a kind of a flea market today. It's kind of a thing that the Elks Lodge does, where they sell a table for $20, and then the people can come out and put their stuff on the table, and then you can look at it and buy it if you want, stuff like that. And pretty much everything I'm going to show you today is just what I got at the flea market today. And pretty much everything you see is right around the $20 to $30 price range. I'm not talking about each, I'm talking about for everything I show you today. It cost me between $20 and $30, okay? And I really got some cool stuff. And as you know, I collect reptiles, but I also collect jewelry too. And lo and behold, I went to this one table, and this guy had this thing for like, look at that, that's like $1. I don't know if I hold it up to the camera there. It's like a little gecko lizard, but it's also a stick pin. There it is, right there. And it's got all kinds of detail on it, stuff, it's got the scales on it and everything like that. That's really cool. Then I found this. I can't believe this. This is so fantastic. You see this? This is there we go. That is something you put around your neck in case you can't see what's in there. I'll hold that up to the camera. That's a Scorpio. That's a scorpion in full detail in the circle with a semi-precious stone in it. Plus it's got this really cool clasp here that you can, so you can put a chain around it and hang it from your neck and stuff like that. See? There we go. See that? See a really heavy-duty clasp. Now, if it can't get any cooler, watch this. Look at this. When you think it can't get any cooler, look at that. It spins. See that? It spins inside. So the scorpion spins around like that. Anyway, I got that at the flea market today too. I went to the book area, and I had to pick this up. I'm going to have to do a little bit of work on it. But basically, it's a 1941 edition of The Lone Ranger at Haunted Gulch. And it's from 1941. There we go. See, there it is right there. You can see it, The Lone Ranger. See it? Right there. You got it. There you go. The Lone Ranger. Yeah, there it is. See, Lone Ranger at the Haunted Gulch. It's a 1941 hardbound edition, and I picked that up at the book area. I got to do a little bit of work on it. I gotta fix the spine a little bit, but that's not really very much. I mean, the rest of the book is like in really great shape. Plus, also, it's got some pictures in it too. Look at the cover picture there. That's pretty cool right there. See that? 1941. So if anybody wants to get out their little calculator or take off their shoes and socks and count on their toes, you can calculate how old that book is. Okay. As you know, I also collect movie stills, and I got a couple of beauties today. First of all, I'm going to show you this one. This is Sidney Poitier and Anne Bancroft from a movie called The Slender Thread from 1965. And if you can look right here, well, actually it's on the other side, right there. There, right there. See it? That says Paramount Studios. So basically what that means is this still was actually in the lobby when you went to the movie. They would put this still in the lobby as you walked in this theater. That shows. Okay, and then this one, I'm just so tickled. Think about this one. I can't even believe this one. Look at this one. Just picked it up today. That's Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis from one of their first movies called The Caddy, and that's Donna Reed. The girl was Donna Reed, but then there's Dean Martin putting, and there's Jerry Lewis, down there. And Martin and Lewis is an unbelievable comedy team, plus a piece of Americana. Plus also, you have to remember, when they broke up, they just hated each other's guts. They never talked to each other again, so there's that kind of story going too. And then Donna Reed, from the Donna Reed Show. She had this show for like 10 years on TV. you know, and that's a movie still too, from you know, like in the marquee when you go to the movies. So that was just unbelievable. And in case you remember about my comic books, look at that, the #1 Dead World by Vince Locke in mint condition in plastic. And if anybody is familiar with Dead World is pretty much the start and embryo stage of this Walking Dead craze right now. In fact, they had some Walking Dead comics, but I didn't get them because they weren't the originals. The originals were done by Somerville, and these were done by Allard or something like that. And I asked the guy, I said, are these Walking Dead comics out because of the big fad now with the AMC series? And he said, yeah, they've all been reissued and everything. But in case you don't know, the original Walking Dead is by Somerville, and it's just a 4-part series. So if you're a collector, that's the one you want to find, that one by Somerville. Anyway, that's the first Dead World. And here's another Dead World. Oh, here's some really cool stuff. I just went to this bin, and this guy just said, oh, you know, just pick anything out, and we'll give you a good price on it. And first thing I found was this. It's not only one of the original Beanie Baby Bears, but it's still in its packaging. Look at that. It's all in its packaging and plastic and everything. Plus, it's one of the most famous and popular bears, the Glory Bear. You know, I mean, that was unbelievable find. And then when Log Cabin Syrup celebrated their 100th anniversary, they came out with these syrup tins that actually look like a log cabin. See, right there. They used to, see, it was like log cabin syrup, and syrup was right there in the tin, and I picked up one of those today, man. I had to have that one. I mean, that is really a piece of Americana and American culture and everything. A lot of this stuff I don't even think I'll sell. I'll just keep it. I mean, I could sell everything. This is a trip. Look at this. This is a Mr. Peanut soap dish that came out as a promotion. And then, you know, and then the soap dish is inside. But I was a little disappointed because all the soap dishes is just in the shape of a peanut. It's not Mr. Peanut. But it was still promoted by Mr. Peanut. So even the box is collectible in a, you know, in a part of Americana and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. And, oh yeah, in case you got kids that watch PBS, you know, Shining Time Station, there's a brand new, still in its packaging, Shining Time Station locomotive. It's George. It's the George locomotive from the Shining Time Station from PBS. So I know a lot of mothers with toddlers or with little kids would really like something like that for their little kids. Anyway, that's still in the packaging. And then pretty much I think that's about it for now. You know, I've got some books. They're not the kind of books that I usually I get, but I got them for a different reason. As you can see, they're Playboys, which is all right, but the trip is who's in the Playboy. See, there's Tori Wilson from the WWE, and then I got another one with Sable and Tori, and then the guy told me that he'd probably be able to find one with China in it. So basically the reason I got those is for their collectability. I mean, you know, those are unbelievable. Those are WWE superstar divas, you know, and then in Playboy too. I mean, Playboy is like the culture part of it and everything, you know, plus the collectability part of it. But then you got the famous divas, you know, from the WWE, you know. So those are pretty cool. I got a couple of those too. And then I got this whole entire bag of handmade jewelry from Mexico. And I'm not going to take everything out, but I'll take one thing out so you'll see that this stuff is really cool. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. And there's like 5 or 6 like that in there. It's handmade jewelry from Mexico, and the lady was having a liquidation sale, so she let it go really cheap. So basically everything I've showed you, and I haven't even showed you everything, I haven't showed you all the magazines and everything I got for between $20 and $30, everything that you just saw. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, as a collector, that's worth $20 to $30 right there. Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis in one of their first comedies, The Caddy, and as an extra bonus, Donna Reed as a woman there, you know. So, I mean, I really did good at the fair today. So anyway, And like I said, I didn't show you everything, but I mean, look at the Lone Ranger. I mean, that might be $20 to $30 as soon as I fix it up and fix the binding and stuff like that. That's from 1941. You know, has anybody figured out how old that is yet? From 41, and this is 2012 now. Anyway, I thought you'd be interested in some of this stuff because it was just unbelievable finds, you know, today. And that's what happens. You go to these fairs and these collectible places, and sometimes there's just junk, and sometimes there's just unbelievable stuff that you can't believe, and you get it for like dollars, you know, not pennies anymore. You used to be able to get it for pennies, but now they'll give it to you for dollars, you know, I mean, because it's a, you know, new time and stuff, you know, the rate of exchange and stuff like that. But there was this one table, I got to tell you about it real quick. This guy had the coolest stuff on this one table. You could tell this stuff was like 50 years old, and you could tell like it was one-of-a-kind stuff. But he dug it all up from somewhere, and it was all crusty and rusted and corroded and everything. But you could still make out what it used to be, you know. And you're thinking, well, wow, if I could buy that stuff from him, then I could like clean it all up and, you know, and get some tarnish and all that kind of stuff and clean it up and scrape off all the rust and everything. And I really have some unbelievable collectible stuff from probably the 30s or something like that. But I'll be honest with you, it was pretty trashed. I mean, you know, it could be salvaged, but it would take a lot of money just to salvage it. So, you know, really, in the end, you wouldn't have that much of a profit. But it was unbelievable stuff. It was all from the 30s, you know, but he hadn't taken care of it at all. It looked like he just dug it up from the backyard or something, you know. It had dirt on it, it had rust on it and everything, but you could still tell underneath all that was some really, really cool collectible stuff. But I decided to pass on all that kind of stuff. So anyway, you know, I really liked the thing that the shadow was doing with my face here. I think that's cool. So anyway, I thought you'd like to see some of the collectible stuff. And like I said, some of this stuff to me is worth $20 or $30 just for the one piece. So you can imagine what it's like. I got like 20, 25 different things for like $20 or $30. Anyway, I thought you'd like to see all that, and I'll see you next time.